Time now for the Cannabis Connection Show. Now your hosts from the Dream Days Dispensary in Depew.
Hello everybody and welcome back to Cannabis Connect podcast, your Saturday morning stop for honest, educational, and entertaining talks about the cannabis industry. I'm your host, Sydney Barrett, coming to you from Dream Days Dispensary. Whether you're new to cannabis or just curious, we're here to guide you through the haze with real stories and real facts. You can listen live on WEBR Radio 10 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. every Saturday, or you can listen in to all of our past podcasts on webrradio.com. You can also learn more if you visit my website, www.thedreamdaze.com, and that's DAZE, or by calling us directly at 716-288-7138. And based off of that, how did you get into using cannabis and weed?
It was so much trial and error, Sydney. There was not a manual that showed you, oh, this is going to work for your chronic pain. This is going to help your anxiety and depression. Each one of us, I've learned, has a different endocannabinoid system. What that is just a fancy word for receptors we have in our body that adhere. This plant adheres to those and helps keep us in balance, or homeostasis, as we used to say in nursing school. And I started journaling my experience. That's how I started to really home in on what was working and why. Because at the end of the day, the indica sativa hybrid model isn't really that effective. We're trying to lump effects into plant types, and that's really not what we need to do. It's more about the essential oils or the terpenes that are in the plant that are really utilized for the health and wellness aspect. And learning what I did was I would base my journaling off of the certificates of analysis, or it's a fancy word for the test reports relating to that flower. So I could actually see what was in the product that I was consuming that helped with my direct symptoms, whether that was the head pain. I learned that, wow, when I use a terpene called pinene, which actually is not so great for anxiety for me, but it's really good for my alertness, cognitive function, and also my pain. This is just one example of what works for me and why. But I encourage everyone. I have a guide on my website. It's called The Amazing Flower. And the Amazing Flower Guide is basically a pocket guide that has all those terpenes, and it kind of identifies what the health effects are and why it's working for you. And I've given Sydney many of these, and several other dispensaries have them as well. But Dream Days is really doing things a little bit different that I really like seeing, because they're out here educating. They're bringing us to a safe place where we can ask questions, where the canna curious, or those people such as myself that knew nothing about cannabis, can come in and ask questions and not feel like we're stupid because we don't understand this. If you would have told me, about concentrates or puffcos or bongs or various apparatuses, I would not have understood what you were talking about. And that's what's different about Dream Days. You can come in here and really be educated from the most basic concept of what you're looking for and not feel scared or worried that you're not going to get what you need. But you have to be prepared to try a lot of different things. And gummies might not work for you, but maybe smoking flower will. I understand maybe you don't want to actually smoke. Then maybe there's a tincture product for you that you can put under your tongue that might have lasting and longer effects for you. Because each consumption method has pros and cons. It has some benefits that last longer But then there's some benefits that it's really a shorter acting product because you don't want it to last that long. So understanding how the plant works and how your body works is a really, really key component of how to do the pod.
Thank you, Nikki, for being so open and generous with your story. You remind us that cannabis is more than just products. It's about people, and it's never too late to try something new. Thank you so much for coming, and I appreciate you so much. You guys can see more information about Nikki at nikkiandtheplant.org. And that is it for this week's episode of Cannabis Connect podcast. If you enjoyed today's show, don't forget to tune in next Saturday, 10 a.m. to 10:30 a.m., or listen anytime at WEBRradio.com. You can also visit us at 5100 Transit Road in Depew, New York. We're open every day, 9 a.m. to 9 p.m., and you can also call us anytime at 716-288-7138.